English is not English is not interesting as or any learning any language is a boring task. You have to do some repetitive tasks. So point is, why are you made to do the repetitive task? So that you can understand the structure, okay, understand the sentence formation. So if you look at these English medium students, they have to repeat the same sentences again and again and again and again and again, and that is how you understand the sentence structure. And if we go with the same example once again, the small kids example, when you were a small kid trying to learn that particular language, your mother tongue, again and again, the problem that you were facing was initially the sentences were not clear to you. But your mom had to keep on telling you that this is milk, drink your milk at night, drink your milk, drink your milk. You understood that this is how it is pronounced. So you understood the sentence structure. So somewhere, no grammar was involved, but because of repetition, you were able to understand the structure of the sentence. So once you started speaking in your mother tongue, you would have made minimal amount of mistakes. Yes, some mistakes would have cropped in, but that would have got corrected from your family members. So repetition is the key somewhere. You have to repeat certain amount of sentences. So in terms of learning this new language, which is English right now, how can we do the same thing? How can we understand the sentence structure? I told you two methods available. As I told to Keshav, same thing applies to you also. Two methods. One is you can directly go and approach grammar. Will be kahan pe aayega, would be kahan pe aayega, tenses kaise hoga. You can do that. It's a long, lengthy process. You can do that. Or what you can do is you can be even more vigilant while you are actually learning your English. So example, I'll give you an example, a common example which I give to many of the learners. I think Nazia, I've given that to you also, but I don't not remember that. But yes, let me give you an example. So all of you would have heard this particular song, Teri Aankhon Ne Kaisa Uljha Diya, Shahid Kapoor song of this particular movie where Sifra is the heroine. So artificial intelligence, right? So or you all would have heard this song. Either forcibly, somebody would have played this song and you were listening to it, or maybe maybe you would have actually listened to you on your own. So when you're listening to this song, do you know which is the most used instrument in this particular song? Which instrument is used the most? The problem is most of the times we are listening, but we are not. We are hearing, but we're not listening. We are not paying attention, and that is where we miss the language. Language is happening all across us, all around us, but when we're not focused on the language, when we are not understanding the pattern, you have to understand the pattern. There are some people who are very good at this. Some people, if you look at it, if you put them, if you like, I'll give you my example of my mom. If you put my mom in Maharashtra, she will learn Marathi in 7-15 days just by observing the pattern of what are they saying. She's very curious, right? There are so many learners like that. They are polyglots. How do they learn? They learn by observing and listening properly, understanding the patterns, and no grammar book is required for it. She can speak. And there are so many people you will find in your locality also. There are so many people who can understand a language and learn that language really, really fast. But there are some people who will take a lot of time. So the point is you have to be vigilant. You have to be open. You have to be listening. And that is why we say that don't just consume. Mindless consumption will not help you. Just consuming a web series or watching one movie will not help you. You have to be looking for that pattern. So there is a reason why we say go and do ChatGPT, because ChatGPT is the easiest form of learning. It's a free tutor available for learning grammar and all those queries in your mind. So when you are learning from ChatGPT, if you have a doubt, you can put it to ChatGPT. ChatGPT will give you the right answer. You can try and test whatever knowledge you have. You can try and test it over their live that is available. So first thing, you have to be, when you're consuming the content, you have to be even more vigilant to understand the pattern. Like once upon a time, it is because of repetition that you have learned it. Second thing that we told you is, look at these poems. Why are these poems taught to the small kids? Because they understand the pattern. Open your mouth. Johnny, Johnny, yes, Papa, open your mouth. He understands it. After open its mouth only. How has he understood? Repetitions and understanding the pattern. So that is where language learning has to happen. So if you listen to some of the content again and again, there is one particular method which many of the people do across the world for improving the language. That is, they watch the same content again and again and again and again and again, 10 times, 20 times, 30 times. Same movie, keep on watching it again and again. That is also one of the methods. Do it so many times that you know that this is the perfect way of doing it. Okay. So in Nazia's case, and I give this biryani example to everybody. How do you make the perfect biryani? When you started making your biryani first time, how did you make the biryani? You try to copy it, right? You try to copy your mom's recipe. So your mom was making biryani, but first time when you made it, it was not perfect. What did you do? You copied the same recipe, the same boring recipe. You copied that maybe 10, 15, 20, 30 times. You failed, you failed, you failed, you failed, and then you succeeded. That is what is happening with languages also. It is boring. But you have to understand that pattern. Pattern recognition has to happen. Failures will eventually come. You have to consume. You have to consume more. Consume. If you're not able to create those sentences, consumption has not happened to the rightful amount. If you consume more, sentences will start coming automatically. It's a natural flow. Trust me, it's a natural flow. But the reason why they have kept it as grammar is important, because they want you to be purists. I was reading this very interesting thing the day before, that imagine a show where Tom kills Jerry. If Tom kills Jerry, then the entire show would be, totally banished. Totally, it will end. The producer will not earn a single rupee from that particular, Tom and Jerry show. So Tom will never kill Jerry. So basically, what you are being shown and what you have been conditioned over all these years is that without grammar, it's not possible. And that is why when you are not able to frame the sentences properly, you feel grammar is the issue. Grammar is not the issue. That is what you have been told. If grammar was the issue, then I keep on telling this. If when you were a small kid, instead of you listening and observing to your mom and dad, had your mom and dad try to teach you grammar of your mother tongue, 99% of you in this room would not have been able to speak in your mother tongue. Because mother tongue, if you want, or any language, if you want to learn, if you go with the nitty gritty of it, the technicalities of it, you will never be able to perfect it. Right? So you have to give it a free flow. You have to listen, observe, and then start applying it. If you try to be perfectionists, there'll be a very big problem. So don't try to be perfectionist as of now. I keep on giving this example of, Amir Khan versus, Akshay Kumar. AK versus AK. So if you look at Amir Khan, he makes only one movie. He's a perfectionist. He will try to speak the most perfect sentences, the most perfect dialogues and everything in every movie. He will wait for the perfect script. He'll wait for the perfect opportunities and everything. But if you look at Akshay Kumar, on the other hand, he makes around 10 movies per year. Irrespective whether the movie will earn 10 crores, 5 crores, whatever that number of crores is, he will make 10 movies every year. So if you look at the acting level of Akshay Kumar in today's date, it has considerably improved. Out of 10 movies, at least 1 or 2, he'll be acting very good. If you look at Akshay Kumar's initial movies, it was all about action. It was not about acting. Now it is also about acting. So point is, even as a kid, when you were learning your mother tongue or any language for that matter, you have to spend some considerable amount of time with that language so that your language, your command over that language is better right now, because you've spent some considerable. Tell me how much amount, how much compared to your mother tongue, how much amount of time you have given to English before declaring yourself a failure in English. You've not spent enough amount of time. And spending time does not always mean that you have to learn grammar or you have to solve exercises. You are not doing grammar and exercises for your mother tongue. Where are you doing it? No, you are speaking it. You're practically applying it. You're listening to mom and dad. You're talking to your friends, and in that process also it started improving. So that is how the same thing has to be done with English also. But we are trying to do it in a smart way. We know that this is a focus right now. And why will learning happen better compared to our mother tongue? Because when we were learning our mother tongue, we were 2-year-old, 3-year-old babies. Now we know how to learn. Now we know smarter methods of learning. Now we have access to 10 different people. Right now in this particular group, you can talk to 900 people. You can talk to anybody and everybody. You can raise your hand. Somebody will give you a call. You're talking to that somebody. So we know how to learn it smartly, right? So let us not repeat the same mistakes that we have been doing, and let us focus on what is important. So 2 to 3 things. One thing is consumption, but not just any consumption. Consumption will improve your sentence structure. Just as the small kid consumes a lot of poems, and then his sentence structure starts improving. So consumption is true in your case also. You have to consume a lot. If you're not able to find out the sentence structure proper one, you'll have to consume. Your consumption is a problem in that case, right? Second thing, you can go with grammar, but that's a very long process. I would not recommend. So consumption is one thing. Second thing is you have to uh, stop being a perfectionist. So stop judging yourself on day one. Stop judging yourself on day two. You will have these mistakes. Sentences, words will not come. If you look at my particular, uh, uh, maybe 40 plus 40 now, minutes of this particular meeting, I've been speaking for the last 1 hour now. How many times I have got stuck, but where I was not getting the right words or the right ideas in my mind to explain the same concept to you. I took my time, but it did not matter to me because I do not feel that I need to prove it to somebody. I don't want to be a perfectionist. I don't want to show others that I'm a perfectionist. I'm okay. Purpose of communication is not to be a perfectionist. The purpose of communication is to communicate the ideas in your mind to the other person. And it's a journey. It does not happen in one day. For me to come to this level, it has taken some time. In your case, it will also take some time. But it's all about not leaving the process, understanding that every day you have to keep on improving by 1%, 2%. Now, Nazia, I think when you spoke, Nazia, is she available? Yeah, Nazia. So when you spoke right now, you are considerably okay, right?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
So when you
Understood, sir.
speak, nee, but still, I'll just say one more final thing. When we are actually speaking, if you remember the 3-day workshop, when we do the 3-day workshop and we ask people what is the score you will give yourself in English, you know what people do? They give themselves the least amount of score in English. They will give 30, 40 to them while their English is 60, 70. ये ह्यूमन नेचर भी है कि हमारी इंग्लिश अच्छी है फिर भी हम बोल रहे कि नहीं हमारी इंग्लिश अच्छी नहीं है वो हमें
Yeah,
अपनी
absolutely.
बुराई करने में मजा भी आता है थोड़ा सा अभी ये भी एंगल है तो आई थिंक इट्स अ कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ ऑल दिस थिंग्स what I would suggest is complete those tasks.
Actually, sir, we are humans, so we are need more and more perfections.
Right?
It's our
And
desire.
it's yeah, and it should always be there. It should always be. I have never. I don't feel that I am the best still now. I feel that and this is not what I do. All these creative people, they believe that if you look at all these great actors, all these great directors, when they make a movie and somebody asks them, "Is this your best movie?" They say, "No, this is not my best movie. The next movie which I'll make will be even better." So this particular thing for perfection or this particular thing for making your best particular masterpiece should always be there inside of us, but that should not stop us from believing that we're not doing good. So and that is why what comes in is the motivation part of it. So when you look at MMDC, what we do with MMDC members is we try to give them a homely kind of an environment, a family kind of an environment, the language parent community. So when you talk to, like right now, when you're talking to us, trust me, with your level of English that you're speaking, I would have given you, say, 75 to 80 marks already. I am giving you
Thank
70 to 80.
thank you.
Understand this. Understand this. But if I were to ask you what is the score you will give yourself, you would have given 30, say 60, 70 marks. So there is a difference.
Yeah.
There is
Actually,
a
I
difference.
will give me, I think 50.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So this particular concept will always keep on playing. ये हमेशा ना वो chasing वाला game है कि you always want to chase the better version of yourself, and that is good because we compare ourselves. We compare ourselves with the other people around us. So that comparison
Okay.
should not be there. You should be comparing yourself with yourself. So
Okay.
And judging yourself is wrong. Judging yourself on day 21, like Deepak sir is raising his hand, and from that example, I'll take one example from Deepak sir example. So Deepak sir goes to the gym. Okay, Deepak sir goes to the gym. So suppose he joins a gym. So when will he start seeing his six-pack abs? Two things are important. First thing is,
Yes.
if he goes there consistently and if he does the exercising for say 2 months, 3 months time, then he will be able to do it. That is one. The second thing is, if he's following the right process with the right mentor, with the right guidance, right? If you look at these actors like Karthik Aryan or these actors, some of these actors, many of the times they're majorly fit, but if there is a movie that is coming up within 1 month, 2 months time, they will suddenly transform themselves into a different animal, into a different particular being. How are they able to do it? The right guidance, the right mentor, and the right process. Once you do that, again you'll get results. But if you join a gym and after 7 days you start comparing yourself, so my question to you is, how many days have happened since you started contributing? How many
Sir,
hours
I
have you
have,
given to English compared to your mother tongue that you're speaking for 14 hours in a day? How many hours are you speaking in English? So if you have not done the task, if you have not done the 2 minute, 2 मिनट का वीडियो आपका कितना आया, मैं सवाल ये पूछूंगा. आपने दिन में कितने घंटे बात कर रहे हो, मैं ये पूछूंगा. But if these things are not happening, if you're joining a gym will not improve you, taking some actions will improve. So how many hours? Try to count that. How many hours have you consumed? How many hours have you produced? How many people have you talked to? How many hours per day or how many minutes per day are you consuming content on a regular daily basis? Once you start counting these things, don't ask the wrong questions. Okay, my मेरा वजन कम क्यों नहीं हो रहा? That's the wrong question. What is the effort I'm taking towards मेरा वजन कम हो रहा है कि नहीं? That is the right question. And sometimes you don't have to measure the results after 7 days, 10 days. No, people will start telling you, if you keep on putting the efforts, after 7, 10 days, 15 days, your family will start observing ki, okay, now this, you're looking trim, you're looking 5 kgs down. People will start telling you. आपको weight पे नहीं होता. Initial level पे, what happens, I'll give you an example. Deepak sir will able to connect with me. When you join a gym for the first time, this is a revelation. I did not know this. So I'm 75 kgs. So initially, when I was in Mumbai, it was very hectic life. I was with ICICI Bank. It was very hectic life, and I did not get time to actually exercise and all those things. So I had put on some weight, but that was majorly on the fat percentage part of it. So when I joined the gym, when I came back over here, I got some time. I started exercising, sometimes in the gym, sometimes at home. So my weight was constant, 75 kg only, but my body composition was changing from fat. The same thing was getting converted into muscles. So my weight was same, but my look was changing. So that is what is happening in many of your cases. That maybe you are not able to see the difference in yourself. Many of the times when we are losing weight, when we are learning a new skill like English, how do you measure your English? It's not like blood pressure, right? I cannot put a blood pressure machine on your hand and give you the score कि नाजिया कल आपका इंग्लिश जो है 80 था और आज जो है आपका 82 हो गया है. I cannot give that to you. But you know what? Once you start doing it on a continuous basis, then people will start giving you compliments कि भाई तू क्या कर रहा है? Something is happening, something odd is happening. People will start complimenting you. So it's these small changes when they happen, initial level small changes ही होंगे. And small changes will not be visible to your naked eye. You will not be able to see those differences in yourself, but others will be able to see that difference and they will start complimenting you. They will start. तब तक के लिए effort करते रहना. साई भगवान के यहाँ पे, साई बाबा के यहाँ पे एक ही चीज, 2 वर्ड होते हैं, श्रद्धा एंड सब्र. So you have to keep on having that faith that yes, I am putting my efforts on a daily basis, and you have to persevere for some days, for 10 days, 15 days, 21 days. Just keep on doing this process. और उसके बाद ना आपको सामने से कुछ लोग बताने लगे कि हाँ फर्क पड़ रहा है. एफर्ट डालना बंद नहीं करना एंड कंजम्पशन तो करते रहना. आई होप too many things I've told, but the message is clear, I hope. And Nazia, please connect, how many videos have you made? I'm just asking you, Nazia. We'll come to you, Deepak.
actually,
So
last
just
month,
last month.
sorry, sir, you're asking me and Deepak.
No, I said Deepak, I'll come to him, but Nazia, how many months have happened since you joined us? And like how many videos have you made? Because last we connected some 1 month back, but how many videos have you made since then? How many hours basically I could have asked, but let me not ask the number of hours. Let me ask you in a very simple one. 2 मिनट का वीडियो हम लोग मांगते हैं पर डे पे, उतने उसमें कितने वीडियोस आए? Show me your effort.
Yeah, I think I am fulfilling my 21 days challenge. After that, I am busy with some work. So this reason I am not uploading. After 1 month, yeah, 2 months back, I connect with you and I ping you. I need more practice. Then I will join your VIP groups. Now 3 days before I joining your VIP groups, and now I updated
What are
again
the
myself.
challenges you're facing right now? What are the current problems that you're facing? You said the sentence structure is one of them. What are the other problems that you're facing?
Yeah, actually, basically, it's like a hesitation when I go outside. Actually, I think when someone talking with me, I'm not answering. I'm not talking properly with people. So this is I'm facing problem. Otherwise, when I spoke the in any topic and any video making videos that times without any like when you are giving any like a summaries
You're
sorry
able to do
any
that. So,
yeah
uh,
able without any
talking to
writing I
strangers
able
is a
to speak.
problem.
Yeah,
Talking to
yeah,
strangers is a problem right now.
yeah, without anything writing, without anything preparation, when sudden I am sometimes join 9:15 meetings, then I am not preparing myself, but I spoke. But when I go outside and when regular like talking when as a personal, that times I am stuck and I don't actually I am stuck and not spoke. And otherwise I think is pronunciation issues maybe in a front people when my front people they have some like pronunciation that time I'm also facing. Actually I'm saying please repeat again.
Okay. So, but first thing first, you're in US right now, right?
Yeah, right.
Or Dubai? You're in US
Yeah,
right now.
US,
US.
yes. Raleigh,
Okay,
North
fine.
Carolina.
Actually, North Carolina. So yes, I'll just take 1 minute over here and just ask for a feedback from all the 12 participants over here. Deepak sir, what would be your feedback for the way she spoke right now? What would be the score you will
Yeah,
give her in
I,
English right now?
yeah, sir. I ask you just one question, sir. Please, I now able to interview right now, and not right
Mhm.
now. Base, I am able to interview.
I'm just asking. I'm doing the same thing to you. I'm just asking people how. What is the feedback, Deepak? If you can just give a feedback on how she spoke right now. I purposefully made her speak some sentences just to get a idea for all of you that what is the score. What is the score you will give out of 100? What is the score you will give to Nazia? All of you, please participate. Chirag,
90,
90.
90,
Okay,
90.
90. Okay, Shriyanka, uh, uh, 60 from Chirag's side, 85 from Rupam. Miss Khan, Shreya, Vigneshwari, 85 from Keshav. So, Nazia, you're doing good. Point is, some sentences will not be that good. And that is why we say that, when you go to a doctor also, you don't get the solutions, all the solutions in one go. You came with a different problem right now. Initially, when you had joined, fluency was a problem. Now you're facing a different level of a problem. The next level of a problem, you've become fluent now. 82 from Jaya. Now you've got a different kind of a problem. Now the problem is talking to strangers. So MMDC has got a complete solution, but Jaimin is saying 40. Okay, maybe the middle part of the sentences that you said, the second answer that you were speaking, it was not that fluent, and there were some issues. But otherwise, I feel, according to me, again, 80 is what I would suggest, because I know from where you're coming. That is important. Second thing, talking to strangers is your problem now. Fluency is not a problem. Speaking on a topic is not a problem. If you're given a question answer, that's not a problem. Speaking to strangers is a problem. How do you remove that? Once again, we have a lot of people in this group. Raise your hand, people will talk to you. Find out your comfort level. There are voice chats happening in the group from morning till evening. I can see that. Regularly, somebody or the other is initiating a voice chat, and they're talking to each other. We have a female community, special female community, which is Queen's group. Raise your hand, talk to people. We have people like Palak calling, or you can just message me. Do that, because talking to strangers will get removed only by talking to a stranger. Right now, you're getting stuck because we have, understand this, when we're all speaking outside, one of the biggest problems which we do not realize is not the problem of English. Many of the times it's not the problem of English or grammar. You know what? If Pradhan Mantri Modi was to ask in his meeting, a big meeting of all the IS officers who will speak on this topic, 90% of the people will not raise their hand. Even their IS officers, very senior retired people, they will also not raise their hand because they are also not confident about. Because when they see somebody senior like Narendra Modi sitting on the other side, they will also have low confidence. So it's a natural process. But isse bahar kaise aana hai? Talk to more strangers. When you get these kind of opportunities, raise your hand and go and speak. तभी होगा दूर, अदरवाइज नहीं होगा. और ये तो फैमिली है, हमारी तो फैमिली है, तो फैमिली जहां पे जहां मौका मिले आप हाथ उठाओ, बात करना स्टार्ट कर दो. श्रेया मैम को कॉल करो, मुझे कॉल करो. देयर आर सो मेनी पीपल, यू पिक एंड चूज. मैसेज तो करो. आपने लास्ट मैसेज मुझे कब किया था कि सर बात करें? मैं तो ऐसे पूछता हूँ.
I think
So,
one weekend.
no, 1 month, almost 1 month back, and I had called you, if you remember properly. I had called you. So point is, it's a family. It's a family. Try to treat this. I keep on saying use this platform. I'm saying use it. Because use nahi karoge to wo waste ho jayega, rust ho jayega. Don't let it rust. Use this platform. There are so many avenues available to interact, to open up. Summary के champion बन चुके हो. Amazing है. That is good. वो एक लेवल हो गया. उसके एक और ऊपर लेवल है. स्ट्रेंजर से बात करना, वो एक लेवल है. उसके ऊपर एक और लेवल है. भाई बॉडी लैंग्वेज कैसे इस्तेमाल करें? आएगा, वो सब प्रॉब्लम्स आएगा. तो जब जब एक एक लेवल क्लियर होते जाएगा ना, तो नेक्स्ट लेवल ऑफ चैलेंज आएगा. एंड दैट इज व्हाई सक्सेस इज लाइक अ स्टेयरकेस, एक लेवल हुआ, फिर नेक्स्ट लेवल पे जाएंगे, फिर यहाँ अलग प्रॉब्लम आएगा, फिर उसको सॉल्व करेंगे. और जब जब वो प्रॉब्लम आए तो प्लीज हमसे कॉन्टैक्ट कीजिए. डॉक्टर्स इसी के लिए होते हैं कि आप जाते हो उसके पास मल्टीपल नंबर ऑफ टाइम्स. एक बार में सारा इलाज दे देंगे तो प्रॉब्लम है. One day you cannot get solved, solution of all the problems. You'll come with different level of problems. कि एक ये solve हो गया, फिर ये problem आया, then do this. So that is why, it's a process. Just keep on doing it, and you're doing good. I think 80s are not a bad mark. Two people saying Chirag and Jaimin, I think 60 and 40. But otherwise, most of them gave you 80. देखो, एक और interesting बात बता रहा हूँ, बहुत interesting है. This is for everybody. A very very interesting thing. You know what? Suppose there is a match going on. I heard it somewhere very interesting. Suppose there is a match going on between India and Bangladesh. Imagine, imagine a country like South Africa and Bangladesh. Okay, so who is a better team? Many of you do not know it, but you know what? South Africa is a good team, and Bangladesh is not a good team. So there was a research done, and they found out then when Bangladesh is playing South Africa, the majority of the people watching, if they're not from South Africa, if they're neutral, अगर कोई South Africa से नहीं है, अगर कोई बांग्लादेश से नहीं है, so most of the people in the audience would want Bangladesh to win. Somebody which is not a big player, somebody who is not somebody who's weak, they want that particular person to win. So there is a particular concept which many of the speakers, and even I use it. Even I use it in my conversations. So what I do is, I'll purposefully make mistakes. Shah Rukh Khan does it. Many of the great speakers do it. Just to prove that I'm a human being. Getting it? I'm not a robot. Just to prove that. So when you are making mistakes, that shows that you're a human being. And you can make mistakes. But क्या ना, मेरी नजर में मैं गिरते जाता हूँ. मैं एकदम स्टार्टिंग में जब मैंने स्टार्ट किया था ना, और जब मैं मिस्टेक्स करता था on this particular stage, I used to feel very bad. कि बॉस उसने जज कर लिया होगा, दीपक सर ने देख लिया होगा, श्रेया ने देख लिया होगा, मिस खान ने देख लिया होगा. I used to feel very bad. But you know what? Nobody is scared. किसी के पास फुर्सत नहीं होता ना कि वो जज कर रहा है, देख रहा है, एंगल दिखा रहा है. नहीं है. पॉइंट इज कि यू हैव टू बी गुड इन योर ओन आईज. And when you are not doing good, trust me, people are supporting you. Look at when I ask people, apart from that attachment कि ठीक है कि आप MMDC के learner हो, family member हो, people gave you 80 marks because they want you to succeed. आपने गलतियां की थी, but सबने इग्नोर किया उस गलती को. When I make a mistake at my level, people will not look at my mistakes. People will look at कि भाई बाकी इंसान कैसा है. That is human tendency. So when you will be speaking on the stage also, people want you to win. When you're talking to somebody who is a stranger to you and you're not able to express yourself, you know what? This person will start helping you. कि हाँ भाई बोल ले. He will try to help you. That is the human nature. They help each other. We are helping in nature. Majorly, we want to help each other. So do not fear. Remove this fear from your mind. People are all here, not just MMDC family. Other members in the society also are there to help you. They're not judging you. Some of them will be rude. Some of them will be bad. Unko hata dete hain. But majority, 80-90% of the people in this world want to help you, want to see you grow, want to see you evolve as a person. So tension hata ke, bas just keep on interacting more. Okay, talk to strangers. That is a solution right now for your particular problem that you're facing right now. Fluency now done, summarization now done. Now it's time that you focus more on talking to strangers, talking to random people. किस दिन श्रेया मैम को कॉल किया, किस दिन मुझे कॉल किया, किस दिन मिस खान को कॉल किया, किस दिन आपने जिसको भी आपको मन करा उसको कॉल किया. एंड द पॉइंट इज talking to strangers will help you in this particular level of the problem that you have. Okay. Yeah, Nazia. We'll come to Deepak sir and then we'll go to Keshav. We are having once again limited amount of time now. Deepak sir.
Sir, as you just said that a human beings has a tendency, human beings have a tendency that we criticize ourselves, that we are not perfect. In the same way, I generally texted many times messages that I'm not satisfied. I'm not satisfied. Would you like to uh, how many marks give me out of 100?
Yeah, so point is, I would say it would be around say
Honestly speaking,
70 to
honestly
75.
speaking.
No, I'm
Okay.
saying 70 to 75 because you're still improving, you're still catching up. And in some cases, it takes a little bit more time compared to others. When you give a feedback, when you suddenly assume the teacher role, when you suddenly assume the mentor role, the panel role, you give a proper feedback. That time you become a different person. But otherwise, when you're speaking on certain topics, sometimes you lose your your flow. The flow goes for a toss. Sometimes it happens, but come on, it's a journey, it's a process, it's something that we have to go through. Everybody has gone through that particular journey. So I would give it 70 to 75 right now. But yes, you are improving and you're catching up very, very fast compared to what we had started with, where you're not very fluent and not very confident. You're hesitating. I think you're having, and even you would have noticed it. Now the pauses are less. Now the number of times you're stopping somewhere, absolutely no idea which word will come next. ये कम हो रहा है अभी compared to what it used to happen at an earlier stage. And I think Hina has you as a favorite. Hina will always call you because she knows that you are a fighter. You will fight. She knows that. So in spite of maybe not having the right words, in spite of you getting stuck, you will not stop. So that shows that you're a sportsman from within, just like Dhoni. All these people, sports people, they want to play. Playing is more important than winning and losing. Most people get involved in winning and losing. कि win हो रहा हो कि lose हो रहा हो. But I think it's not important. What is important is you keep on playing. Like I told you, the example of Akshay Kumar. He makes 10 movies per year. It does not matter to him whether one movie goes for 5 movies flop. It does not. He says, I will play the game. If you look at his interviews, if you look at his ideology, if you look at his motivation, why he's making 10 movies, his idea is very simple. He says, I'm an actor. I've been born to act. I will act. Good, bad, ugly, I will keep on acting. And in that process of acting, in the process of actually playing the game, he's improving. So play the game. That is the message. So scores will matter, but let us not count the scores right now. We'll count the scores after 1 year. Just have that kind of mentality. कि अभी अर्पण करते जाना है, नेकी का दरिया में डालो. No, just keep on whatever you are learning, samarpit it to God, whichever deity you're believing. Just keep on doing that. And after measure your results only after 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. So Deepak said 1.5 months with us. Measure your results after maybe 45 days, big deal. After 45 days, and you yourself have said multiple number of times, you have seen the improvement happening. So that is
Just
that.
I want,
Yeah.
just I want to tell you something that whenever I talk to any person, member, I have no hesitation, no problem to talk to them. But at the time of speaking on mm, some topic, uh, I can't continue properly. What's the
I
problem
think
with me?
the problem is with respect to the comfort level of the topic. And it is impossible that you can speak on every topic for a very long time. For that to happen, you have to actually expose yourself. You have to expose your brain to that kind of a mentality. So in your case, if you want to actually get better into that particular game, as I told to Nazia, she has a problem of talking to strangers. So what is the solution I gave? I did not say go run away from strangers. I said go and meet the strangers more and more. So in your case, if you want to become good at talking on any random topic, make a bowl, put 50 topics inside, pick one topic, start speaking. This is the game you should play with yourself. Exercise your brain to speak on random topics with the shortest, try to do more extempores, impromptu speeches, try to give more impromptu speeches. That is where you will start improving. Push yourself. Your brain loves to be pushed. Your brain is a different machine altogether. Your brain is a muscle. The more you stretch it, the better, and better it will expand. So stretch yourself. Speak on more random topics. Have a set of, we have given you 175 topics. Why don't you make random topics on a daily basis? Pick up any topic. Random topic, pick it up and make a video on that. Don't wait for the topic. Random topic, just keep on speaking. That will help you. Okay, so it's just getting exposed to all these topics, random topics, then you get better at that. And have this habit of dependence. Stop this dependency. Create your bullet points. Stop this dependency on the topics, and just start speaking from your heart. So initially, even I was having the problems. Without bullet points, I was not able to speak. But nowadays, I feel over a period of time, over some practice happening, and over a period of these 3 years, I think I now have a comfort level. Give me any topic, I can speak on that. At least for the first 2 to 3 minutes, I can maintain that. But initially, even I was having problems. So if you're having the problem at your level, trust me, it's a process. It's a flow. Even I have faced it. So even you will face it. It's common for everybody. Yes, Keshav, will come to you. Last question, and then we'll wind up. Keshav.
Sir, I also forgot one word when try to speak in English.
You forgot the words.
What, sir? What?
I told you we have covered that enough today. That word forgetting is all about practicing. It's all about consumption. Consume more. Words will come to you. Words will come to you. Consumption and production has to go. 80-20 rule. You have to keep on consuming, and producing also. Right now, words is not a problem. You've got enough amount of words in your mind, but you've not played with it. Start playing with it. You start playing with it, words will start coming automatically. Right now,
Yes.
you've not played enough. For your Hindi, you have done enough amount of playing. For your mother tongue, you've done enough amount of playing. But for your English, you have not done enough amount of playing. Okay, that is the reason. So we'll wind up today's meeting. It's already 10:39, but good that we discussed so many topics, so many questions. Really feel good to have helped you, if at all. And I'll try to create more reels now on these topics, and I'll send it so that small reels you'll be able to consume such certain amount important topics, and then it will help you a lot. Thank you so much all for joining in, and we'll meet very soon. Tomorrow we'll have a topic, and the topic will be given by ma'am. We'll be waiting for your videos, and keep on improving by 1% daily. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Good night.
Sir, good